The Spin-off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Kia ora, this is Toby Manhire, here to urge you to tune in to Gone by Lunchtime, a podcast with me, Annabelle Lee Mather and Ben Thomas, tackling the world of New Zealand politics, from policy to polling, from scandal to psychodrama. Listen to Gone by Lunchtime, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network, wherever good pods are sold.
Welcome along to the Real Pod. It's
What's that noise, Jane? What's that noise, Jane?
The noise. The noise is my printer printing out bachelor bios.
Jane is currently printing out the entire Spin-off website in full colour, full page.
I don't know if she's printing it or if she has like a sort of small crew of people just hand painting it.
Please don't reveal how awful I am to the environment right now.
It's like, it makes me feel nostalgic to hear that.
Yeah.
That little tuck, 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 and then the, yeah.
Yeah.
The good
Okay.
It's going to be going a while. Alex does go on a bit.
Next week, The Bachelorette starts, and we're going to have new listeners, and we can't do this shit at the beginning. They'd be gone by now. Like, I think we've probably lost at least one corny already. So let's do this properly. Welcome along to The Real Pod. My name is Jane Yee. I'm joined by Alex Casey and Duncan Grieve. It's 2020, baby, and we are back.
It's a new decade, same old potty. 5 years.
5 years?
5 years we've been doing this podcast.
Well, we have in March. Hey, we should find out the anniversary date and do like a smorgasbord.
Yeah.
Wow. 5 years, it's a long time. But a good time. And we're here today with much thanks to Nando's delicious chicken, delicious cheesy garlic pita bread, delicious. What else?
First Nando's of the year coming up for me.
It's exciting. To be honest, I've had hell to pay from the office, over the past few weeks because the pod has been slow to return, but we figured, summer holiday will give you all a break. But today is the day. Nando's is coming back to the spin-off. And we couldn't be more excited.
Worth the wait. So yes, I mean great summer food as well. You can eat great
clean.
little. Yes, and those long balmy summer evenings with a bit of chook. I mean, what's better? Nothing.
Bit of loom.
Take some loom to the beach.
Bit of loom if you're not partial to the chook. Our hashtag is #RealPod. Our Facebook is facebook.com/TheRealPodPod. And our Instagram is @TheRealPodPod. Coming up on the podcast today, we're going to recap the final of New Zealand's Next Top Model. You guys are whispering.
I know.
Yeah, I was just doing some production. I was just checking because Alex and Tina went to the launch of The Bachelorette last night. And
we can talk about that.
Yeah, we can talk about that. And I want to know everything, and I hate it that I wasn't.
Okay,
there.
well,
Tina, you got a
we
mic
will
today,
know
right?
everything really soon.
I got Tina's wearing like a very heavy coat. It's about 45 degrees in here.
No.
Anyway, well, let's get into it. Let's start with the real news. You all right there?
No, she's got a scone situation.
I just regurgitated some scone.
Did you?
This scone is dry.
It's a fuck
Scones
scone.
are bad, right? Have we had a conversation about scones on this
Scones
pod?
are good if you eat them immediately as they come out of the oven. With
Well,
lots
and just
of
like
butter.
mega cheese, like a mega cheese
Yeah.
scone. There was actually a big controversial piece on the spin-off about cheese scones in Wellington, which I really enjoyed by Alice Neville. You should look it up. But I reckon about 1 in 8 scones is good, and the rest of them are just literal, like they should just be in a bin. They're just heavy, dry, rocky landfill, natural landfill.
Yeah.
I
It could
feel
be
that
used for,
way
like,
about
landscaping.
about biscotti.
Yeah, that's
Does anyone
bullshit
even
as
do
well.
biscotti? Biscotti is like what a joke. Anyway, in other news, Hayley Holt's pregnant. Congratulations! She announced it on the telly after a viewer sent in feedback asking if she was pregnant or if her outfit was just not doing it for her. She's like,
It
wow.
was more like pervy than that. It was like, I noticed your breasts are fuller.
Oh yeah, it was very pervy.
Like,
Wow, that.
what
I was
kind
trying to
of
keep
a
it clean.
psycho? Nah, breakfast is filthy this year.
Do you see the dick pic?
The dick pic, the full breasts, the McLean dick pic.
They're really dialing up the sex now that Tame's gone.
Can we please talk about the McLean dick pic? Because right now there's people who don't know what we're talking about, so we need to explain. And I
Maddie
feel
McLean
like
did a
Alex-
dick pic.
Okay.
They
what
did
happened?
a promotional shoot for the kind of breakfast returning in 2020, and Maddie McLean posted it on his own Instagram, pointing out there was a peculiar wrinkle, let's say, in the crotchal area of his chinos, and a lot of people noticed.
He was was he trying to front foot it and be like, look, it's a wrinkle in time.
It's not.
He said it was a stitch
It's
up.
not. It's not a
It's
stitch
not.
up.
What, you reckon no?
Well, you look at it.
This is. I
shape
feel
of
like I'm
it.
sure this is not the first time we've seen a Maddie McLean bulge. I'm sure that there's been another similar incident at some point on social media.
He has that vibe. Let's be honest.
I know. Someone will know. Send me the receipts. Okay. Anyway, but congratulations to Hayley Holt. I know nothing about her private life.
And Maddie McLean.
Yeah. Also, TVNZ seem to always be the ones that have the. Wasn't there the Toady Street?
Oh, and the Hillary Berry.
the breast top, the nipples.
Didn't
Top.
Hillary Berry had the
Hillary Berry's had problems.
Yeah.
They've got a raunchy
Oh yeah, Tony
wardrobe
Street
department.
nipples. Yeah, that's right.
I reckon.
Yeah,
I reckon
far
it goes
out.
straight to the top. It's an
Speaking
inside
of
job.
raunch, Jay Jay, Feeney, and Minou's world tour of New Zealand.
Story of the summer. Story of the summer.
Can someone please turn it into a television show already?
I think JJ Feeney is working on it. She's got all the tapes because she filmed the whole thing. And I watched every second of it over
Did
summer.
you?
Yes.
As
Tell me
did
what
I.
Because I was incredible. Well, they did the most like well-planned tour of New Zealand I have ever seen, like sponsored by all these different companies and places. They went around two days or so in each kind of major tourist spot in New Zealand. I don't know
Did
if it was
all
like
the touristy
JJ's.
things.
Yeah. Like, do you reckon JJ organised that all herself? Or does she have
Yes.
an agent?
No.
Or Minou?
I mean, I'm sure she does have an agent, but I think she just went like, Minou's coming. I want to take him on this great trip, and I have the opportunity to do so. She may have done it through she might have a blog, like a social media representative, like influencery type, social club type thing,
Yeah.
But it's 100%, I think she would have gone to someone and gone, "Hey, this is happening. I've got this following, and why not?" Like
Totally.
my controversial take for 2020 is influencers are fine.
Yeah.
Like they're just taking advantage of a situation that's not going to last forever. Go for it, And I think that's what she's done. So probably on both counts. But anyway,
But I was hot on their heels because I was travelling around a bit. I arrived in Christchurch a mere 24 hours after they did, and I went to Corsair Bay when they were at a bay very close, and I could feel them in the air, but I just didn't see them.
Are you like how they were like deadheads who just follow the Grateful Dead round like permanently? Are you like a J-head?
Pure J head. More Minou, to be honest.
there's a chance, isn't there, that she was posting after the fact. Like,
Is it? Sorry, I'm just again didn't watch a single frame of it, and can I get a sense of whether, having seen their entire relationship, whether it is now considered a real relationship or whether she is being scammed?
Well, I was skeptical right up until the day that they separated. I think I recorded it because it's some of the most emotional shit. She was like filming them at the airport. They were both sobbing. He was like burrowing his head in her neck and sobbing. And then you could she filmed him walking through departures and you could hear her like sobbing into the camera.
it was
I don't
sad, but
know.
at the same time, I'm like, is it just because there's no more free shoes?
Oh, wow, that was like radio
know.
level sting.
Or did he come into it for the wrong reasons, but ended up accidentally falling in love on the way?
Oh my gosh, that's so.
Or were
good.
they always in love? Pick a
I'm
path.
choosing to be optimistic in 2020 in the same way you're into influences, I'm into positivity. But also, I'd like to draw your attention to this really... Sorry, I just opened... Sorry.
Okay.
You know when you open your phone and it's got something bad on the screen?
It's usually just a front photo of me.
The biggest sunburn blister I have ever seen in my life. It's like the size of, I'd say bigger than an old, it might be a golf ball. It might be the size of a golf ball.
It has golf ball vibes, but no
someone's
dimples because it's so taut.
But what I wanted to show you was this gift that Minou left for JJ. It is an illuminated sort of a skull that says, I love you, JJ.
That's the most fucked up thing. I genuinely, I know I say that a lot, but that is actually, apart from the blister, the most fucked up thing I've ever seen.
My phone
Worst
is
thing is, every time he gifted something, I was busy on Alibaba or AliExpress trying to find out how much those things cost.
That'd be great.
I feel like there's a lot of counterfeit and cheap products in Algeria, and he's done a sweep down at the markets, and you can get those things custom made
If
for
they ever
about.
break up, I want that for the Real Pod Museum.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, do you know what the whole thing reminded me of? Do you remember? It was many years ago. Shortland Street did a summer series, where they sent little videos in your email, and you could be choose who you were getting updates from, and I basically chose to be TK's girlfriend. I was getting emails from TK being like,
I was
"Hey,
TK's
babe,
girlfriend too.
Sorry I couldn't see you at Christmas," and all that sort of carry on. And there's all these little videos. It reminded me of that. It was when all the reality television was off air. It was Christmas time. We were treated to the spectacle of Jay Jay and Minou traveling the country. It was bliss. I'm really sad that you missed out on it, Duncan, because I think it was worth ingesting.
I've got some clips. Another favourite clip of mine was on Christmas Day. This is what I was doing on Christmas Day, was also watching this. When JJ took Minou to meet Dom for the first time.
Yes.
On Christmas Day. And she filmed them meeting. Like it was actually like reality TV. And it was incredibly awkward, as you might expect. Dom kind of stumbled and clearly had this pre-prepared joke being like, I was just working on the instruction manual for you. I've written it in Hebrew. And it was he doesn't speak Hebrew.
Terrible.
He doesn't speak Hebrew.
Everyone says that Dom's a really good guy, and I almost believe it. But man, he says some fucked things all the time.
I think
He's always
it's just
being
when
a
you have
shock
to
jock.
talk all the time. It's
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
We barely get by with an hour a week.
I don't think that we should ever call into question anything anyone else says in case someone decides to listen to even a single
Real
one of our
Pod.
podcasts.
Fair.
Anyway,
yes.
okay, so watch this space. I think there's currently a Women's Day article out about, is it the real deal? Go get it. JJ's promoting it. I got ringworm from a stray cat. Wasn't me.
What?
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Which
That's the
of you
headline.
did? Oh, it's a headline.
I forgot I wrote that in there. Yeah, I got ringworm from a cat.
You personally,
Yeah,
Alex
over the
Casey.
summer. It was my summer fling. I got it on my arm around here.
Holy shit.
It's not actually a stray cat. It was a cat called Enzo. Sophie from Nando's, if she's listening, would know who I'm talking about because she's me Enzo as well. She came out unscathed. So I got ringworm on my arm, and then...
Is it gone for sure?
It's gone. It's
Because
gone.
I don't want to...
It's gone.
We're sitting quite close.
On the arm. Okay, just to paint a picture for you guys, when we do this and we're doing it on a video call, Alex and Duncan have to sit basically shoulder to shoulder so that they can both get in frame and I can see both of their lovely beaming faces. And she's pointing to the area where the ringworm was, /is, and it's basically about 3 millimeters from
It's
Duncan's.
gone. You would have seen it, though, when I had it. It's very stigmatized, though, isn't it, ringworm?
Yeah, shit, yeah.
I think it's just the worm part, though, you know?
Oh, wait till
We've
you
all
have
got our
children
troubles.
and they get pinworms. If you want stigmatized.
I mean, it's better than
Those
tapeworm, I reckon.
It's, at least no one sees your tapeworm.
Yeah, but when it's coming out, that looks like a real pain.
That's true. But I got over my ringworm because I got so badly sunburned that my whole body peeled
You,
off.
radiated
and the
it out.
ringworm peeled off.
So you got you did a naturopath.
Yeah, I did
healing.
Pete Evans style solution.
Do you know that's what they do for bed bugs? They come in and they basically heat up your house to an uninhabitable temperature.
Just cook
to
them.
kill off bed bugs. And you've just done
Really?
that with the ringworm. Yeah. I mean,
but
don't
to be
ask me
clear,
how I
it's
know
not a
this.
real worm. I don't want anyone to think that there's bugs on me. I mean, there probably are. Mites, etc.
So there's no little larvae.
It's just like a rash. I think we should
Ringworm is a
rename
thing.
Oh,
ringworm
what? So
in
it's
2020.
not a worm.
There's no worm.
Oh, then that's fine.
There's no worm. It's just like a little circle you get.
Oh, this
It's
is,
like a weird-
is it
It's a fungus,
definitely-
isn't it?
It's a fungus.
fungusy type.
And we all know that I've got fungus in my ceilings, absolutely everywhere.
But so, okay. Oh, that's
But I
heaps
think that
better.
it's like a bad buzz that it's called ringworm.
Should we call
It is.
ring
Ringworm
fungus?
isn't a worm. It's a skin infection that's caused by mold-like fungi that live on the dead tissues of your skin, hair, and nails. I mean, that's not a lot better, is it?
Oh, good.
It's athlete's foot of the arm. It's athlete's foot of the arm.
Yeah.
It's the same
See,
thing.
that's glamorous. Athlete's foot. Athlete.
Oh, God.
Anyway, ringworm
where are
solidarity
we?
is what I'm saying to anyone else out there who's
That was a great news
petted a
story.
stray cat.
Have you seen the
Wash your
Lamington burger?
hands. I did
the
see
Lamington
Lamington
burger?
burger.
Duncan, did you see it?
No.
I
I didn't see anything.
It's something that's been. It's something that's being served in Adelaide. I think it's Adelaide Cafe, in celebration of Australia Day, which is
Oh, man.
Sunday.
Isn't that a New Zealand thing? Or is that like disputed
one
or
of
is it
the-
shared?
I think it's one of the...
Oh, God.
It's one of those, straddles
Yeah.
the Tasman type things. Anyway, this burger,
Man, more raw.
double beef, double bacon, and double cheese between two Aussie lamingtons. Look at this thing. I mean, it looks kind of delicious, I have to say. Can you see that?
Chalky lammies? Oh, yeah. Fucking hell. Sponge isn't strong enough for that.
Hey, Butch
Whoa.
ate a Lamington cake.
Butch ate a giant
And
Lamington cake.
Colin, which we'll get to, flung hard lamingtons at the young woman in the middle of the night.
That's right.
It's the real
And
Lamington Renaissance.
Lamington's
And
coming
he's
back,
talked
I
about
reckon.
lamingtons in the he called them, what did he call them? Lamingtons. Is it Lamington or Lamington? He called them Lamingtons. Anyway, whatever.
Butch.
He's talked about them on Twitter as well. So I
Yeah,
agree.
but
Renaissance.
Butch also called the Buttercard Cup the Buttercup Cup, which I always loved.
I think we're going to have to go into reality check unless you guys have anything else to offer.
Well, I need to talk about the Bachelorette launch party. Or is that for the
well,
next
that's
segment?
something.
No. Yep.
No, you do that now.
Am I allowed? Tina?
Go, please.
Get on
Your
the
time
mic.
to shine. So Tina and I went to the official launch of The Bachelorette New Zealand last night, which was at a rooftop bar that I had never been to. It was actually a bit of a debacle finding the bar. Tina and I just walked into sort of every hotel on Upper Queen Street, including like just the random sort of borderline backpackers, and said, "Is this the Bachelorette party?"
We look terrible as well. Like,
Oh
where's
yeah,
the party?
Oh yeah, we're just like, "Where's the party?"
Let me at the
Were you sort of scratching your ringworm at the time?
But we weren't the only ones. Danny Robinson from The Bachelor was also behind us. She didn't know where to go either. Had a good chat with her up in the lift. And then we arrived. It was one of the more glamorous parties I think I've been to. And needless to say, we were underdressed. Because I found out as well that there had been this, apparently, so Boohoo are like a big sponsor of the show.
What is Boohoo?
It's like an online shop.
It's cute. It's got some cute stuff.
It's a good endorsement there. They dress Dr. Lucina through the whole show. And they had done an event the night before where they flew up all their kind of Boohoo influencers and got them to choose outfits for the party the next night. We didn't get invited to that party.
Obviously.
You're not a Boohoo influencer?
I'm not. Have nary heard a peep from Boohoo.
I wonder if it's the old ringy.
Old RW.
Rigging.
Anyway, so it was very crazy. There was a huge Tim Tam. Did you see the Tim Tam platter?
I did.
What was your take on it?
I had some strawberries off it.
Oh, you did?
I did a double take.
Yeah.
It was good. There was like lots of Tim Tams. I don't think people touched it.
No, I didn't even know it was there for ages because everyone was just sort of had their
In the
backs
way.
to it.
Yeah.
Did
And then
you
I
eat any meat
broke
at all?
through. I've been trying to cut down on my meat, and Tina was privy to me eating not only a little lamb hot dog thing, 'cause I forgot,
lamb?
but eating a piece of calamari that I thought was cauliflower. I did a
See,
Dunkin'.
it's a wasabi avocado situation.
Yeah.
Everyone happens to the absolute very best of us.
But the repercussions, unless you're allergic to shellfish, are not as bad as what happened with you, right? It's just like,
True.
oh. Okay,
True.
well, hang on. Calamari's not shellfish, is it?
It's
It's a mollusk?
Whoa.
I don't know.
Isn't a calamari like...
Girl.
Yeah, sorry.
Hang on. Calamari squid, isn't it? Isn't it like an octopusy type? Yeah, so they're not shellfish. They got no shell.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyway,
We're not sure. Cephalopod.
regardless.
Sorry.
Whoa.
Don't worry, don't mind me.
Is it not a dinosaur?
I'll get back in my box. Anyway, the
clamshell.
party was pumping. Art was there. Matoodles was there. A couple of Heartbreak Island people were there. Good old Eden Dix. You might remember.
Whoa, yeah.
Remember Eden Dix from Heartbreak Island season 2? I don't know why you're laughing. She was there with CJ.
Remember Eden Dix from Heartbreak Island season 2 as a complete sentence.
Art did a wonderful speech. Him and Dr. Lucina kind of did all the emceeing for the night. We watched a little teaser.
Was
great.
Lily there at all?
No sign of Lily.
What about? What's
a
it?
peep from
Is it
Lily.
time for a little comeuppance? A little shoe-uppance?
We're gonna do that in real review time.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
This
okay. Got the shoe
this
ready.
is
I've disinfected my
tease.
Adidas slide for this.
There's a tease to stick around for the real review because you might recall a few pods ago when Alex Casey said, if Lily McManus is not the Bachelorette, I'm going to do a shooey. And it turns out Lily McManus is not the Bachelorette. So Alex Casey on today's podcast is going to do a shooey.
She's doing a
Or a
slidey.
slidey.
I'm doing a slide.
She's drawn a slide. I mean, I take issue with the slide, but
But I
we'll
will
worry
say
about that
this.
later.
It's not over. No, what's that? Just because it's over doesn't mean it's really over.
Oh, Chone. Yeah, that's Katie Perry, right?
And that's all I'll say.
Anything else to add about the launch?
No, it was just spectacular. They're clearly throwing everything they got at it. We have seen the first episode. We can't talk about it now, but it's fucking incredible, right?
Yeah, it's a 10 out of 10. They're
just-
trying to execute 3, I reckon, because they're putting it up against Married at First Sight, which is their juggernaut to start the year. And if Bachelorette can defeat that, man, that's hell. It's so cool. Sorry, bit of the Fold there. New episode of the Fold coming soon, by the way. Get excited.
Are we supposed to be talking about the fellas at all in advance as a bit of a preview?
Yeah, I think we should.
Well,
Do you think
first
we
of all, Alex Casey has a lovely piece on the spin-off that gives you a breakdown, if
Like
you
Maddie
will.
McLean, really.
Very long.
Of all the bachelors that are vying for the heart and love of Dr. Lucina.
Who did I put at number 1? You've got the documents there.
Hang on.
You've got a huge dossier.
Look at the yellow
Oh,
pages.
yeah. I mean, I think, yeah, okay. You put Kurt at number 1. The Warriors fan.
Did you do that without having...
I hadn't seen it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
We have to
I
be
also
careful
just
here.
gave-
Yeah, I don't think I can participate in this because all I know is have watched the episode. So all I can do is spoil.
Yeah.
I think I just actually gave away that he's a Warriors fan, which I don't think is revealed until the show. So sorry.
No,
about
that isn't his bio. That isn't his bio.
Okay.
Let's-
that's right.
I don't think we should go through
That's
it. 'cause I
very
don't-
dangerous.
Just
That's
read.
super
Just
dangerous.
read.
You can't
Go
do
on
it.
the spin-off, for God's sake.
For once
I
in
don't
your
trust us
life.
at all.
But we're very excited. You should be too. Yes.
Man,
I am
so
disgusted
Good. So good.
at how much you have copied my husband.
It's one of the best. Like it feels international class, you know, like it's and
we
it
talk about-
pacey, real good.
Can we talk about
sorry.
what's happening straight after the premiere of The Bachelorette on Monday?
What is
Are we
happening?
allowed to? Well,
Yeah,
our
Oh.
podcast.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's gone.
Arturo.
Great. We're going to be recapping the first episode of The Bachelorette in New Zealand with the host of The Bachelorette in New Zealand and Bachelor himself, Artemis Greenis.
Is this
Before-
name?
Arthur.
Oh,
Arthur. Before we talk to
Good
him,
name,
is it
eh?
Milo or Milo? Milo or Milo?
Milo.
Do we know?
Yeah.
Milo. Okay.
It's Milo. We've got to be clear on that. Jane's still deciding if she should tie her hair up or leave it down for Art
What do you
Green.
think, Duncan?
I think
I'm
down.
going with down.
It
We're
looks
going with down.
lovely.
I feel like that's the Bachelorette type thing to do. I mean, I know
Yeah.
he's not in
Yeah.
the market, but it ain't over, and even if it's over, it's not really over.
Just because it's over doesn't mean it's really over. It's the tagline of the pod.
Okay. Anyway, New Zealand's. Oh no, sorry. Can we just quickly talk about a couple of shows I've been watching on the television, on the streaming television? We don't have to like get into it or anything, but there's 3 things I've watched of late. One being The Circle.
Love it.
One being, okay. Have you seen? Do you know anything about it, Duncan?
I think I've seen the trailer for it, and it's where they try and become famous influencers or something. Is that correct?
No,
Not really.
Okay, good.
not really.
Good.
But it's
Delete
really
that.
hard to know what it is. I mean, to be honest with you, right, even up until the very last moment, I didn't understand how they won, or what they were supposed to be doing to try and win. But it is a good watch, and it's like, it's nice television. It's nice reality TV. Yeah, it's like very genuine. It's not. I felt like when I first started watching, I thought this is just going to be like, a lot of pashing and. That it's nothing like that. It's nothing
good.
like that.
Yeah, thank God.
Foul.
Anyway, it's kind of worth it. But I think you need to commit to 2 episodes because
I think
the
I watched
first
about
one-
5, and then I just stopped. But I enjoyed what I saw. I just don't think
Okay.
I wasn't super invested. But it's a great conceit that I feel like you can only probably do once, right?
Yeah, it won't happen well again because once you know the premise of the show, I think anyone who goes in there is going to be too self-aware and anyway. So this is your opportunity. It's only 12 episodes, so I feel like it's totally bingeable. The other thing I've been watching is Cheer. I finished that. It's really good.
Oh, I
So
wanna
it's
watch
like a
that.
documentary series on cheerleaders. Again, make sure you get through the first episode because I found it a little dull, like for the first half of the first ep. Don't fuck with cats.
Oh my
You seen that?
God!
I
yeah,
wanted to
saw
watch
that.
it, but it looked like there was going to be some like bad scenes that I wouldn't be able to unsee, like that blister picture.
There are bad things.
There are bad things.
You don't necessarily see it, but it's definitely there, and it's like it's theatre
It's
of
in
the
your
mind in quite a
imagination.
bad way. Yeah. It's quite intense. I don't know how I kind of devoured it because it's just such a crazy story. But afterwards,
is.
I didn't really know how I felt about it. I thought it was
No,
weird that
I-
it like emphasized the cats more than I don't want to spoil it, but
Yeah,
it's more
yeah.
than just cats. And
It's more
yeah.
than just cats, and it moves on from cats. If you're worried about the cat factor, it's not pleasant, but it does move on from there. And I have real issues with it. But there's quite a big discussion took place in the corner where everyone expressed their opinion. So if you've watched it and you want to join the chat, do so there because we don't want to spoil it for anyone. And it's weird that you even say that about this kind of a topic, like it's entertainment. But anyway, that's what it is. But anyway. Let's go back 10 years to the New Zealand Next Top Model final, cycle 1. We've had a big gap.
Boo, it was really
Yeah.
stink.
I know, we've had this big gap and I was excited to sit down and watch the final and it was so,
It was so boring.
Like,
it's been just nothing.
they botched it so hard in many ways. Like, why was it decided with a walk? Like, crazy stupid. Funny to watch it in Suzanne Paul's Weird Palace. And funny to see, like, was it Nick D DJing?
yeah.
And, like, all these, like, just a slice of high society at the time.
and a rave.
yeah,
Spotted
Anna
in a
Reeve. That was good. Petra Bagast.
Yes.
So that was
Ricardo.
cool. Of course.
Watch it,
Forever,
Grayson.
still there. But they should have put. I feel like putting a Hosanna in the final would have been in the final 2 would have been way better. And just in general, it was drama free. It was very
It
annoying.
was totally drama free. So they did that classic New Zealand thing of completely copping out, and as soon as they get to the finalists, suddenly it's just compliment central. Like no one's putting a foot wrong.
Yeah.
An X Factor, someone can botch what they're singing, and everyone will be like, "It was a really powerful performance." On this, it was like just everything. Every critique was positive, and then. Except for when Trelise said that Hosanna had a beauty queen pageant look.
Oh, and mottled legs.
Hosanna-
the mottled legs
That was
really
very
funny.
funny. Yeah. A light spray tan.
Light spray tan. It's like what? Photoshop existed in 2009. Trelise.
It was like peak Photoshop.
I feel like translucent mottled leg is fine. Like that's I feel like that's kind of like fashion.
Chic.
But then again, I'm not a model, so what would I know?
Not yet.
Anyway, look, I'm working on it. I literally have nothing to say about this.
No,
episode.
I'm out.
It seemed
I-
really rushed. It seemed there was no, it was just a huge anticlimax, especially after making everyone sit around for 3 or 4 weeks over the Christmas break until we recapped it. And here we are.
Sorry, everyone.
Worth watching.
Look, it didn't really work.
Yeah. The only good bit, though, which you've already alluded to, was Colin sprinting into the model house with a giant plate of lamingtons and pelting them with no explanation.
No reason, no rhyme. And they've got to do this really intense thing the next day, and they've got freaking lamington all in their head. He's got a hell of an arm. Like that, that is an absolute thunderbolt. And they were hard, stale, I'm assuming, lamingtons. He was just wrecking them. Those poor women.
And didn't even stop. They were chasing them around the pool.
Yeah.
Health and safety.
It looked like it took about an hour and a half for him to exhaust himself.
That was definitely his idea, right?
There's no way. And no one on earth, you could go through all 7 billion of us and no one else is like, yeah, so what I'm thinking is I'll run in with a tray of fucking lamingtons and just cane it into these girls at, I don't know, midnight? Is that cool? Legend.
I feel like there's a story behind that and I want to know what it is. And Colin, if you're listening, and you probably are. Just
what's the
shoot us a
lesson there?
DM.
That's not something that happens in the fashion world, is it?
Yeah. Is that?
Maybe
Because if
it
it
is.
is.
I want
Maybe
it.
it is.
Love it, Lemmy. So anyway, Hosanna went home in the first part of the show after the first elimination, which was, I'm sure, about 3 minutes into the episode. And then they did a walk-off around the roundy venue where people have roundy weddings.
It was
Suzanne-
was it Suzanne Paul's thing? Because
I thought it was that place over by the Chelsea Sugar Factory. Is that her thing?
Yeah, down next to the Harbour Bridge, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
is that
a
the one
weird
that she built?
place, whatever that is.
I think
What
it's
is that?
I think it's abandoned now.
Oh.
Well, that's my assumption, based on never having been there.
The girls walked and then Christabel won. And not even in front of everyone. They didn't announce it in front of everyone. They just went into the elimination room where there was presumably a guy with a handicap. And,
so good.
It was just such a complete dud. But I think they learned from that because I remember in subsequent years they walked Fashion Week.
Yeah.
I think they announced, and then they had one where I think it was at the newly opened event centre that down on the waterfront, and they did it down there. So I think that they learnt that it was the first final was somewhat anticlimactic, to say the least. Anyway, very soon. I got it, Duncan. Thank you. Very soon, Alex Casey is going to be doing a slidey shooey. She's going to be drinking beverage from footwear, but not after we talk a little bit about spin-off members.
So, Spin-Off Members is a great program, about 6 months old now, to support the spin-off, to make it a real thing that can exist and persist. And very genuinely, it is the difference between life and, if not death, then a bad case of ringworm. And what you get now, if you join and donate us $80 or more over the course of a year, you get a limited edition Toby Morris illustrated spin-off tea towel. It's incredibly cool. You can wear it as an apron. You can wear it as a bandana. You can dry your dishes with it. It is incredibly good. So if you go to thespinoff.co.nz/members, you can sort it all out.
Hi, I'm Leonie.
I'm Alex.
And along with our friend Michelle A. Court, we bring you On the Rag every month, which you can find at thespinoff.co.nz and on all good podcast providers.
Once a month, we get together in the Spin-Off studio to reflect on the previous month of news, media, current events, and just life for women in New Zealand. It's a feminist podcast. It's a shrill podcast, and we'd love it if you listened.
Jane's holding up a piece of paper. Yep. Good on you, Jane. She looks so happy.
I just thought you might, if you wanted some
some
scripting.
inspiration. Anyway, it's really good, and we really appreciate it. And if you like this podcast, I just keep talking, don't
It's a
I?
nice, tidy promo there.
Nice tidy promo. All right. Let's finish. Let's do a shooey.
This
is great.
Okay,
Five
how are we
hours
going to do this?
amazing.
I just wanted to be clear, I'm using an Adidas
that's
slide
the
that I
real
have
review.
disinfected with a multi-purpose wipe. Do I just do it myself?
Well, I think we get Tina to pour. I'll film.
Tina's going to pour. We can't mess up the studio because Art Green's coming in.
There's no way you're not going to mess up the studio.
I think, I'm just going to indulge in a aperitivo spritz. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, made with sparkling water in New Zealand.
Excuse my ignorance, but I
film. Can you pour?
Oh my god!
So this is for the cornies. This is what I do for you.
Don't you think you should go toe to
You
mouth?
have won the battle, but you haven't won the war.
Just because it's not
Go really slowly. Oh my god!
Are you doing the hot cat?
You need to stop. It's dripping down my arm.
What are you gonna drink it?
Drink it! Drink it! Drink it! Drink it!
It sucks. There's aperitivo spritz everywhere. This is for Lily.
When Lily did a shooey, it looked so cool.
How did
That's
she
all
not
I'm
get
saying.
it everywhere? The studio's going to stink of booze now. All right.
Yeah,
That was really
I mean,
hard.
a slide is not a vessel.
Oh, man, that was great. That's actually a good video.
Well, I got it all on the seats.
Oh, whose seats?
Duncan's seat.
Oh, man, sticks of booze.
I told you. We need to disinfect the room because Art's coming in. There's wipes.
Oh,
Okay,
look,
we need
I'm
to wipe
sorry,
everything.
but Art has just spent however many
All right,
weeks
we're back,
with, a,
we're back.
with a whole mess of blokes all drinking. I think he's used to the smell of like musty booze. It's fine, okay?
Musty
well
booze.
done, Alex.
We have to pretend to be better.
No, he knows us. He can tell.
Alex, you are nothing if not good on a promise. Keeping good on a promise.
Yeah,
That doesn't
that's
make sense.
really
but you know
good.
what I mean.
When I need a
Okay.
favour, cornies.
Let's go over here.
It's the community notice board.
Influencer. Okay. Stokes Valley Pool had an incident this week. I think that will surprise you not at all to know that it was a code brown. But we only find this by delving into the comments. So the official post on the Facebook page was, we're sorry to report the Stokes Valley Pool is going to be closed for the remainder of the day, January 22nd, due to unforeseen circumstances. In the comments we get, yes, my daughter was going to swim. Someone has vomited and done a runny in the pool.
Double whammy.
Double whammy.
Both ends. That's
Poor
a sick person.
That's hard.
They're like,
Done a runny.
feel a bit. Done a runny's good though, eh?
That is great slang.
Anyway, so I'd give Stokes Valley Pool a wide berth for a wee while, actually.
I was actually going to say, I was going to do like a controversial take where it was like, why do you need to shut the pool? Like if it had been a contained or containable incident, but a vom and a runny,
Out of control.
no.
Okay. On the Nui Nata 2 page, Trevor Mallard.
Oh, yeah.
Trevor Mallard, Labour MP and Speaker of the House, I was going to say selling a couch. It's not even selling, it's free, I think.
Yeah, it kind of has to be free. It's a fucked couch.
It's a 3-seater leather couch, needs either a cover or recovering. It is, you wouldn't even have that in a Dunedin flat. It is really into pieces. You'd burn it in Dunedin.
Yeah.
Right? That would be the couch that you burn. But not only that, not only is the stars getting amongst the hoi polloi, he's put his bloody address there.
The stars.
Trevor Mallard is not the stars.
What's the bar here?
I don't know. I think it's kind of ballsy of an MP to get on there and be like, here's my gross couch and here's my address.
I had a big argument with Trevor Mallard last year.
You
It
did.
was great.
It's probably not. It's just hit me that it's probably like, has he got a teenage, like a son who's at uni or whatever? Like he's probably just doing.
That's
a solid
yuck.
for
How
his-
does it
It
get
looks like
that?
a man cave couch
Yeah.
to me.
It is.
But it looks like
disgusting.
Neil or Neil's man cave
Yeah.
couch, like a...
Anyway, it was
a real
quality,
crusty
community
demon.
noticeable content. And now we'll slide into something comfortable and slip into the cranny.
Colin's Granny. Colin's Granny. Colin's Granny. Granny.
3 minutes. Colin's cranny.
Okay, in Colin's Cranny this week, very, very quickly, Colin has been talking about food on Twitter again. Actually, it wasn't this week. It was early in January the 4th. I feel like having an old school bakery apple turnover. Remember those?
Yum.
I do. Yum.
We also remember lamingtons, Colin.
I don't even know what to say. I got nothing.
I'm just saying.
Whenever he talks about food, I want some. I want an apple turnover. They're not even a thing in this country.
He did an amazing video the other day on Facebook of his how to make a chip sandwich tutorial, but it was like a model's version, and it was just huge amount of chips, like a crate, like I'd say half a bag. And
Half
then
a
he's
big
like,
bag or a wee bag?
like half a biggie.
Fuck.
Whoa.
And he's like, and then you push it down, which like takes the calories away because you make it smaller. And then he's like, and then there's kale there, but that's only for the hashtag kale. There's just a big bunch of kale next to the sandwich.
great.
He didn't eat.
That's great content.
He's doing
Great
good. He's
content.
doing great stuff this year. I actually need to take his cardboard cutout back. Next
Okay,
week,
we
so.
need to move on. We need to move on because
We need to wrap up. I'm stressing
my
out.
heart is racing.
Like and subscribe. Back's Key Corner. I know, I'll never forget you. Subscribe, like and subscribe.
Well, this will be a short one because he's not bloody done anything. Still no updates. Still
What, the whole
being
summer?
Damn.
very vague
he
and
up to?
mysterious. I don't know what's going on. Has anyone got the skinny on what Max Key's up to? Because if you have, slide into our DMs.
We might have to
Just talk
retire
about
the
it publicly.
segment.
We might have to.
2020.
Can we just?
Move
we
on.
What's
love
the
this-
new corner? JJ corner?
JJ Corner could be a goodie.
Shit.
Get in touch.
Nominate your best
Nominate.
corner.
Yeah.
Exactly. Nominate. Get into the corner. Nominate who's. I mean, fuck. The corner's
Neve's
named
too
after-
young
Neve's
to become a
far too
Neve
young.
corner.
We also might have to retire the corners. We've been talking about it with the Bachelorette coming up and maths at the start of
But
Feb.
we've got the tune though. What are we going to do about
We've got the tune.
We need to do a bad voiceover to over the. Needs to be
Like,
sort of two
JJ.
syllables. JJ
JJ
corner.
corner.
That works.
I mean, JJ corner works really, really well, but I feel like she might, her skin might not be thick enough to handle our humorous observations.
Hawksby corner.
Still
Anyway,
blind.
we'll figure it out. As we say, go onto Facebook and onto Real Pod Corner and give us your ideas of what you'd like to see Max Key Corner replaced with. And that's it. That's our podcast
Lovely
for this week. We'll be
podcast.
back Monday, straight after The Bachelorette has aired. We will be recapping it with the King of New Zealand, Art Green. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.
We have to let Art Green in.
Kia ora, I'm Duncan Grieve, founder of The Spinoff. You can help us keep all of The Spinoff's award-winning journalism free for everybody by becoming a member today at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
Kia ora, I'm Alex Casey, senior writer at The Spinoff. We wouldn't exist without the ongoing support of our generous members. If you're able to, you can make a donation at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
The Spin-off Podcast Network.